Ultimately, on the street, it is the police is the face of the government. They have to face them. For any action, inaction, wrong action on the part of any department of the government, when the people are angry, come out. The only department which has to be face them as the arm of the government, visible arm of the force, is the police. So that people are angry with the government. They want to agitate, cause violence or stop traffic. If that department doesn't come, it is the police which is sent. That's meant for that. So confrontation. Mostly people face the police on a confrontational level. So that animosity keeps growing over a period of time. Oh, police means they are here against us, preventing us from defending the government and protecting the government against wrong action. Number two, as I told you, the British government established a police force to control the Indians, become nationals. So the laws, procedures, the training methods, mentality, everything was only towards how to control the foreign people. That is the mindset that has been built up over a period of time. Similarly, the court procedures also, they are created in such a way, the man who is taken to the court is to face a lot of harassment even if he is proved innocent ultimately. Then also the personality, the type of people you take. They simply take on political pressure or whatever. It is not necessarily the best people over a period of time. So the wrong type of people come in, even with the training, the attitude remains to be wrong. So they don't, they think they are here to control, they don't think they are here to serve the people. They don't think a police like any other government is created to serve the people, to help the people, and they think they got the uniform, they got the authority, they got the law, they got the data, they got the guns, weapons, they can arrest anybody. So that gives them a sense of confidence, overconfidence, and even arrogance. So individuals treat people like that. That's also a fact is still continuing. So that is why there have been police commission, and crime also is on the increase. Crime prevention is not effective, and when cases are reported, investigations take a long time. Trials take years together, so there is no fear of the law on the part of the criminals also. Another factor which has come after independence is the police. There is a hierarchy. There is Inspector, Director General of Police, Inspector General, DIG, SP, Inspector, Station House Officer. There is a hierarchy created by the law. But in the name of democracy, what is happening today is the politicians in power, they have started interfering, controlling, and destroying the hierarchy. Because of the power they hold, they want their own men. I want a glass of water, here. They want to decide. So MLA is in a particular area, AP is in a particular area, minister. In their jurisdiction, they want to decide who should be the station house officer, which person should become the police officer controlling that area. They want that to be done because they want that man to oblige them against the law. So they have destroyed the hierarchy. All over the country it has been destroyed. With the result, the police hierarchy doesn't function. You ask the Commissioner of Police or DAG, they are honest. They tell me when I go. So they post them from the Secretariat, the Minister posts them. Minister does the posting of the person. Then legally the Commissioner or the SP or the DH should do it. But they issue the orders. Whether the person is the right person for that area or not, they don't bother. They only say, who is my man? Who will do my bidding? Posted, that fellow forgets the hierarchy, forgets the law. He is keen on obliging the person who posts him there. Sometimes they even consult them whether an FIR should be issued or not. These are all extreme cases. Whether a man should be arrested, when he should be arrested or not. So this type of illegal activities go on because the hierarchy has been destroyed. Now, the laws are defective, procedures are also out of date. Still we are bound by 100-year-old laws, which were created for a population of 30 crore people. 50 years back we were only 30 crores. And the crime was ordinary crime. Routine thefts, robberies and all that. But today times have changed. The offences have become very complicated now. Terrorism has come, extremism has come, cybercrime has come, and a lot of drugs have come in a big way. And sophisticated weapons are with the criminals. Gangs have come now, gang warfare, apart from Maoism, extremism and all that. So the police is not really fully prepared to deal with situations. So this is why police commission was appointed long back, Padmasri Commission, looked into the police functioning, how to make these police a people's police, not a politician's police. And the Padmasri Commission made so many volumes and volumes have written. None of them have been implemented by the governments of the day. There have been some more commissions over a period of time appointed. Reports are lying. Whoever comes to power, they are not doing it. I appeared before, I was invited by the Parliamentary Committee on Home Affairs, 30 members of Parliament. They invited me about some changes in the criminal law. On invitation I went. After that they said the same question you are asking. They said why the police is not having the confidence of the people they serve. So there are many things I said, but ultimately I told them, I said, you will not mistake me. 30 members of Parliament from all parties. Sushma Swaraj was the chairperson. I said, I hope you will not feel offended if I give the honest reply. No, we invited you for that. It's all recorded, proceedings are there. I said, when you come to the ruling party, forget the ruling party, you form the government. I'm not talking about all the ministers or MPs or MLAs, but many ministers, many MLAs, many MPs, first thing they want to decide is who should be the inspector in charge of the police station in my area. First task. They want to choose their favorite. Who will listen to them and do it. Okay? And then that officer, he said, I also told them, we don't have angels in every department. We have self-seeking people in every department. And police also has its own quota of unscrupulous people. After he starts doing one or two wrong things or failing to do the right things because of the politician who posts them, he thinks, why not I do it myself? He will do one or two things for the MP or the MLA or the minister who posts him. 10 more things. He will either he will do the wrong thing or fail to do the right thing. Sorry, this is about my airport thing, you know. Easy on the okay. I don't know why the ring is not passing on. Can you please, sir? This number, I keep calling you. Please calling, the ring is not passing on. So, he starts doing wrong things for his own benefit or failing to do the right thing for his own benefit. And he puts the entire blame on the politician. What can you do? The MP is asking me to do it, MLA is asking to do it, the minister is asking to do it. I said, you also get a bad name. The MPs, politicians get a bad name because of that. He said, what is the remedy? The remedy is treat policing, law and order, like national security, above politics. Keep it above political considerations. That policing, police functioning, preventing crime, living with law and order and all that, keep it above politics. Like national security, they don't interfere in what war to be fought in the Pakistan or China or whatever it is. Army has no interference at all. Allow them to function. Then hold the senior officers responsible, accountable for the wrong that is happening in the police. What do you say?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay. So this I told the parliamentary committee, all noted down. I said, please keep policing above politics. And then there was a public interest litigation filed by a colleague of mine, a Director General Police, Prakash Singh, in the Supreme Court, telling please remove political control on the police. Then only police can function effectively and you can hold the police accountable also. Now they are putting all the blame on the Chief Minister, MP, MLAs. So I was in the National Human Rights Commission at that time. So we also filed, on behalf of the National Human Rights Commission, we filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court supporting police, how to keep police out of politics. Police Security Commission and appointment of the Director General of Police should be not only by the Chief Minister, it should be a collegium of Chief Minister, leader of the opposition, and the chairman of the Human Rights Commission. So they should form a panel of the senior most police officers going by record, and out of the three, the government and this committee can select one. Then what happens, at least the man appointed knows he is not obliged to the Chief Minister alone, because the leader of the opposition, only fair-minded people they support. So at least political partiality can be reduced. And number two, once they are appointed, 2 years they should not be transferred. Now what happens, even they say, if they post somebody, if they don't listen to the political people, they transfer them. So because after 1 or 2, 3, 4 times they have got school-going children, uniform they have to buy. After 3 months posting in Anantapur district, you transfer him to somewhere at the other end, Adilabad or somewhere. He has to remove the children. They have to get an admission, new uniform, new books and things like that, After 3, 4 times, people start obliging, okay, why they go through all this trouble. When I went as Director General of the new National Human Rights Commission to UP, not now, earlier, for an assessment, we found so no superintendent of police has continued in a district for more than 4 months. The collector every 6 months. And down the line, station house officers, sub-inspectors, inspectors and all that. Then what happens? After, they say, sir, after 3, 4 transfers, my wife is, my children are arguing with me. How many times can I pack up and go find a new house? How many times new uniform? Costs money, so they yield. Very wrong, what they do is wrong, but they say this is a practical difficulty. So with the result, so I also told the commission, parliamentary committee, I said, when you are in the ruling party, you want to control the police functioning. You want them to be tools in the hands of the politician. But when you come to the opposition party, they say the police is supposed to be instrument of law. They must correctly. This keeps changing. With the result, there is no political will to free the police from political control. That is the basic cause. Other causes are there. So now, actually, I have a foundation called Foundation for Peace, Harmony and Good Governance. I am the chairman. We have national seminars very often. We had one on integrity, we had one on black money, one on citizens charter, one on so many subjects, like that. Every 2 months we have. So I have convened one national conference on 6th of February in Delhi, particularly after this Delhi incident. I quoted many newspapers. Even New York Times has written, Washington Post has written. They all written, in my time the government does something to do with police functioning reforms. Because what is the first duty of any government? If you say the government, whether it's a monarchy or a democracy or dictatorship, the first duty of any government is to govern. What is the sine qua non of the governance? The first duty is to protect, give reasonable sense of protection to the life and property of the citizens. That is the first duty of the government. If you can't give protection to life and property, it's a misgovernance. There is no governance. You have no right to continue. You have no right to control. So the government should not fail its first duty of protecting. Nobody, in no country you can say there will not be a theft, there will not be a murder. But reasonable sense of security. If the children go out in the morning to school or work and all that, you must be really confident they will come back home safe. Isn't it so? Not that every day you are worried what is going to happen. That means there is no governance. Failure of the governance, there are many causes. But one is the functioning of the police. And now we are calling experts to come and talk on the subject on 6th February, open to the media. We will call eminent lawyers, judges, journalists and all that. Then we will give one more report to the government, it will be covered in the media and maybe in television also. So this has been going on for a long time. But I have a feeling now, after the Delhi episode, it is not just because of that episode, Swamiji. It's a pent-up anger and frustration of the people on many issues. Price rise, inflation, corruption charges, and price going up all the time, including lack of security. Then the people mobilized on their own. It is not mobilized by any political party, any leader. On their own, people like you everywhere. Now, who mobilized for Anna Hazare or Arvind Kejriwal? They were not known outside Maharashtra or Delhi. A place like Coimbatore, there are 30,000 people with capital lights. They cannot even pronounce Anna Hazare properly. Name. That is because the triggering point came. People were already angry, frustrated, helpless. Such a situation. Somebody has come, they all joined out spontaneously. Same thing which happened Delhi episode also. Anger of the people, particularly younger people, boys and girls all over the country happened. So the government was so worried about it. So far many things have been politically managed, putting opposition, ruling party can put the blame on the opposition party can, ruling party can say, well, in your time also it happened. When you are running the government also it happened. That means, it can happen in my time also. Absurd nonsense, but they have been doing it, but now it cannot be done. That is why you see, when the body of that, the girl was brought from Singapore, Nirbhaya, they call her Nirbhaya. The coldest day in Delhi the last 50 years, 3 a.m. The Prime Minister of India and the UPA chairperson go to the airport to receive the dead body. They have seen the mood of the nation, the mood of the people. They thought it somewhat going there, pacify the feeling that we care and all that. So times have changed, things have changed. I have a feeling it can't go back to the same old times after a month or two. Media has become very active. Media particularly, there is a competition also. Among the media, who will put gory pictures, who will write more about the stories and all that.
What is your message to the Hyderabad youth in this situation? What can they do or what?
The situation, well, it's not happening only in India, it happens in America also, the school children, they go and all these things. All over the world is happening, but we are concerned with what's happening here. We said, yes, somebody said that, no, you must take our own precautions, one thing. Avoid traveling alone. First, immediate measures I am telling you. What you can do in your own hands. And be fit physically. Undergo some, toughening exercise. Yeah, it's right, why not? Why not give a gift? The fellow will run away. Either way it can happen. Policing has to be more alert. Of course, the governments have been alerted, but courts are also monitoring now. The media being alert, now the police also will become more sensitive. In Delhi itself, they are increasing the number of policemen, police women particularly, and also there are mobile parties, patrolling parties. The court also has given direction that they are doing. That the longer term, medium term is changing the laws. Laws must be made tougher. Now the law is in favor of the accused, actually. In everything, procedure, everything, evidence act, everything in favor of the culprit. That is, commission of crime today is a high profit, low risk business. Commission of crime is a high profit business. The chance of your getting caught, rare. Getting punished is still rare. So more and more people think, well, we can take chance and do it. That's what's happening. And punishments have to be tough. And procedures, investigation should be done faster. Courts, special courts now, they are already doing it. 3 months' time, they should be tried. And also, I have suggested, I don't know how many of you will, I returned to Justice Verma, one of my recommendations is, okay, how is it, how does a man become a criminal? all children are brought in all innocence. Innocence, isn't it so? After a certain age only it is happening. One is parentage. Not, parents are not doing their duty of bringing the children. Your company is not good. Your schools and colleges also took part, not only skills and knowledge, must values, like what they do here. Either they do it or send to institutions like this or call these people to come and talk. Value-based education is gone. We had in our times what's called moral education in schools. Now in the name of secularism, they have removed all that. What has it to do with religion? All religions say the same thing, basically. Don't tell lies, don't commit theft, don't criticize others, don't speak ill of them, don't be jealous, don't be angry, don't be greedy. All. So the moral lessons have to be brought in a big way. Some states are already doing it now. That is to be done. And the police reforms must be done very fast. Remove the police from political bureaucratic control. Make them accountable to the law. And when police fail, punish them very severely, immediately. Suppose an offence is committed by a citizen. If the punishment is 2 years, if it is done by a man in uniform, it should be 4 years. Double the punishment you must give, because he is supposed to be the guardian, protector. If the fence starts eating the crop, it should be more severely punished. And provide publicity to action taken. And also, the people, corrupt people in the top, whether in politics or officialdom, they should be removed from public life. There is a case against them. They should not be allowed to become MLAs, MPs, certainly not ministers, and they should not be allowed even to contest the elections. And third thing is electoral reforms. They're all interconnected. You don't separately. It's a comprehensive reform has to come up. That's for good governance. Means it's not only police reforms, electoral reforms, judicial reforms has to come, political reforms have to come. So that, these people in the name of election, they go and loot people in crores of rupees, extort them. I'm sure some of your parents are businessmen or hospitals and all that, or shop business, they come and ask you in election. As if it's your moral duty to pay to the parties for their election. And the name of election, I know how much they collect, out of which only half they will spend, half will go to their families. So all this is happening every day. So all these things together have to happen for ensuring what is called good governance. To deal with only police issues, as you told you, some of them. Which, we can go on.
Can you take some other question? Left side, right side. Lady side, one question there, one question. Question should be brief.
Good evening, sir. I'm Shilpa. I'm a CA student, final year, and also I'm pursuing CWA in company secretary also.
You're working also?
Pursuing. I'm a student, sir.
Student.
Final year. Sir, as a chartered accountant student, the profession, so we have the sign power. We have the sign power, and we express our opinion on financial statements and everything, sir. Without the signature of chartered accountant, our financial statements of any company will not be accepted by C.B.I or any other organization, or they cannot be quoted in stock markets or anything. So when as a part of our curriculum, we have to work even in CWA, CA, CS. 3.5 years we have to work under a CA in practice or under a CS in practice or a CWA in practice. When we are undergoing the articleship, so we are tend to do company audits, tax audits, and what are called as many taxation laws we come across. When we are doing company audit and tax audit, most of the things are fraud cases only, sir. We are disallowing income which is ought not to be. We are allowing income which is to be disallowed, and we are
accounts.
Not
Data numbers are manipulated.
Yes, most of the 90%. And
90%.
90%, sir. And no other. And when we go for company audit, recently in my 3.5 years articleship, I have done 3 to 4 company audits and number of tax audits. So in company audits, generally when we go to a company audit, we have to see whether labor laws are complied with, whether taxation laws are complied with, company's laws is complied with. But 90% of the company law is not complied. 90% of the taxation law is not complied. 90% of the Labor laws are not compliant. We have to deduct PF.
So
PF generally.
question now.
Generally PF is not deducted. Small salaried people are not.
PF is not
PF is not deducted. The
But
case
that's
is the
a big
company.
serious, they can be prosecuted.
I can. The company is Madhukan company, and I am from Khammam. I am from Khammam basically. He is MP there. Mr. Namanageshwar Rao, his company. He is a director.
The lawmaker.
Yeah, he is a director. I mentioned he is a member of Parliament of Khammam legislature. And most of according to my knowledge, when I am a PCC student, I am in second year, CA second year, I came across number of people, they are not deducting PF. We make a note, we have sent our report to directors, we have sent our report to company secretary, whoever the in charge people, they did not respond. In fact, they advised us, when you are learning, when they degraded us. CA profession is like that. The more you deserve, the more you apply your brain to save us, the more you will get reputation, the more you will get clients. They advised in such a manner. The more you suppress income.
Clapping for what?
And in this situation, what we are doing is that entire CA profession, CA student is what they are doing is that. See, so when we don't
see, question. Are you asking a question or asking your comments?
Yes. How to react this situation? How to face
that
this
is the point.
situation? How to keep ourselves true? That's
Very
it.
good. Very good.
No, I'm not. See, what you say is not news to me, but the amount of manipulation you are taking 90%. I thought maybe 10-20% they are doing it.
She has paid 10%.
See, I was astonished that no SIT is asking us, no commissioner of
No,
income
this is
tax,
the
no everything.
you know why the taxation is high for a law-abiding citizen, for a salaried man 30% or director or whatever. It's because people who should be paying a reasonable tax are not paying. Particularly the big taxpayers who are supposed to pay, they don't pay. With the result, the entire burden comes on the people who are complying with the law. That's why I'm telling you, there is no lack of good governance. Good governance, they have been going on and on for a long time. Obviously, they are able to do it because they bribe the officer concerned. And the people who get them posted, they say we paid money to get posted. So I want to be very honest with you. That's why many youngsters get fed up. Why the anger? The anger is everybody knows they don't know what to do, so an opportune occasion comes, you just rise and revolt, etc. No, it's a sad situation. There's a lot of tax evasion is there, and many of the loopholes are built in so that people can escape, and then they in between officers, they make money also. It's a sad. I have no reply excepting to say everyone should say I will neither pay bribe nor take bribe. It's tough for some time, but in the long run, there is only way it can change. Otherwise, we all become conniving at it. It becomes a totally corrupt society.
Now, what can she do?
It's not corruption is not there in other countries. High level corruption in every country. You see scandals in Japan, Italy, and all these things. But it takes place at a very high level, not at every level. Here they have brought to democratize the corruption, so that everybody is Swami, I am saying. People are very few are allowed to survive. Honest men, very few are allowed to survive. As you rightly said, they will not come to you because they say you don't advise us how to save money, how to escape the rules and laws and all that. So they will go to another chartered accountant who helps them to do it. Same thing income tax also. No longer lost, most of them.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation. That, like what's happening, you all will have to raise your voices. Yeah.
Right. This side. Wait on. This side will take one. Give, sir. Yeah.
Hello sir, my name is Kiram and I am preparing for civil service. That I am studying. So I just wanted to ask.
Keep it like this. Keep it.
Okay. I just wanted to ask your personal experiences. For example, we all know that you have been very
Hold it down.
we all know that you have been successful in your career. Means
They will come forward. You give the dear exchange.
See, I don't claim I answer for all your questions.
no,
But I can share my own views on the matter.
That's what we want to learn from you. That you have been successful in your career. So I just wanted to ask, what are the basic principles that you followed? Means what do you think that made you sustain the civil services life for means whatever you are now? What made you that? What are the basic principles you followed in your life? And one more question, sir. What would be your advice for the future civil servants means who are preparing for that?
See, I don't say anything which I have not followed. Okay? I don't say. And it may not be the best solution for a person to prosper, come up in life. So,
No, but some principles while
no, I
acting in the daily
am
life we
concerned.
follow.
I am concerned. I will not compromise on certain values. Okay? I will not say, for example, in police, I will not arrest or prosecute a person against whom there is no evidence. Okay? I will not let anyone go for a man who might have committed the offence and against whom I have legally established evidence. I may know somebody has done it, but unless I have evidence, I cannot touch him because I will get condemned by the court. So these principles I have followed. I have never harassed a man or a woman for that matter whom I believe to be honest. I will never let go anyone whom I believe to be guilty of it. Number two, I never sought a favor. There was not a favor from anyone, personal favor from anyone. Neither from senior officers nor from the politicians or ministers. I never sought. Wherever I was posted, I went. I believe in divine order. Whatever happens to me is the will of God. That's the way I take it. Accept. Wherever I am posted, I have gone. I never said I don't want to go to this particular place, or I want to go only to a particular place, or I didn't want to avoid any particular job, difficult job, or wanted a job which is glamorous. Because I said what happens to me is what is the will of God. I accepted it happily and did it. I have no complaints on that. So when you accept that, then you are not obliged to anybody. You are a master. You are a king of your own jurisdiction. You will do what you consider as right, your conscience. If you ask somebody, they will do it. But then you are obliged to them and they will listen to them. You have to do wrong things or you have to avoid doing the right things. So I never, this has come number of times in my book, it has come, TV interviews, newspaper interviews, nobody could say, no, you asked us for anything. For example, now, I tell you, Dr. Kalam, Abdul Kalam, we have been very close for a long, long time. He used to come home. After he became President of India, one day I was in Rashtravan, he is sitting in his presidential chair, I am sitting in front of him. He said, I am repeating the conversation, the same words, because he always calls me, sir, the olden days when I'm informed. He's going to me, sir, now please tell me, you have done so much for the nation. You have saved the honor of the nation, prestige of the nation, integrity of the nation, at grave personal risk. Of that, your wife had a heart attack. You developed diabetes, they were about to kill you, but unmindful you have gone through, you never allowed any political interference in the investigation or prosecution. So you have done a great service to the nation. Please tell me what is it I can do for you. I am the President of India. One to one. I repeat it, he is still very much there. I repeat it in some of the functions also, he knows. I said, nothing, sir. What I deserve, God gives me. What God gives is what I deserve. I have no problem, I have no particular. No, now you must tell me I am any job. I said, one is I have never asked for a favor for myself, from anyone. Because myself, my wife believe nothing is worth asking for and getting it. Neither is job nor life. What is so important to go and ask for and get it? If I ask for and get it, I am obliged to that person, morally. That person can always demand his price someday. Do this or don't do this. That may be against my conscience. If I act against my conscience, I lose my peace of mind. If I don't do it, I am ungrateful to the man who helped me. So why go through this mental dilemma? Then he said, no, everybody is doing it and all that. I said, no, sir, thank you very much. I said, I also told him, even if I want something, you can't do it yourself. You have to ask the Prime Minister to do it. Because all the powers are with the Prime Minister. I don't want you to get obliged to the Prime Minister. Because tomorrow Prime Minister may do something wrong. And he has done a favor to you by making me a governor of some state or the other, which is very easy. I don't want to tell you. No, nothing. I want you to go for your morning walk. Afternoon, after lunch, sleep for an hour before meeting people. I don't want you to meet people sleepily, because also I saw him, and I also, Mr. Devegowda used to do that. No. That's all. And then I went home, I narrated to my wife. She said, you did the right thing, because I knew you had never asked for anything. She also said, what is worth asking for and getting it? So a month later, when I met him on some other occasion, he said, sir, did you discuss with Kalama? He knows my wife. Did you discuss? I made an offer, did you discuss? As I discussed with her, she said the same thing, nothing is worth asking for and getting it. Ask Kalamaya to take care of his health and go for a walk and all that, that's all. He's sitting as the President of India offering to me. So I stand on the principle. There are many things offered. Some it's possible, you know, that the investigation, anyone would have normally died of heart attack, even before the confusion. 20 hours a day we work. 20 hours a day, constant tension, threats from them, our political personalities trying to influence, interfere. They dare not come to me directly, but indirectly. And I had offices in Madras, Hyderabad and Delhi, all the three. Every second day I had to travel. We worked always till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I had a hotline from Delhi, they used to call me sometimes. And I had a bad habit of answering my phone. Even before third ring, I would pick up the phone even at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. If I don't pick up my telephone, nobody will take. That is, if I am in the washroom or something, then you tell. Otherwise, I don't do it. I have followed it even now. You do it. So, this is hard work, no doubt about it. That we had a lot of threats. We had intercepting their wireless messages from the tigers of Tamil Nadu. They had clandestine radio in Tamil Nadu. They are intercepting the code word, but they say, who is this fellow Kartikeyan? Who is troubling us like this? How to bomb this building? Mallika is, Jasmine is my office building. They are not only killing me, they want to destroy all the evidence and the accused whom we arrested. They did not want a court finding that they killed Rajiv Gandhi. That is very important for them more than winning the war, because if there is a court verdict, then the whole world will treat them as terrorist organization. So they will they cannot exist. All that plans, everything, instant, the I.P.S going around. I remember Dr. P.C. Alexander used to be the governor of Bombay at that time. He was earlier governor of Tamil Nadu, I knew him very well. So once we met in Delhi, ran into each other. He told me, please have a chat. He said, Kartikeyan, you look so relaxed. You are the most harassed man in the country today, he said, I know. One is the trial court, prosecuting the deadliest terrorist group in the world. First time, Prabhakaran being charged for murder. He has committed the murder of his own president. They dare not register a case against him. Thousands of people, because any police station here, they destroy the police station. They killed the defense minister, chief of army staff, top people. Still they have no courage to name him as an accused anywhere. And then with all these things, you know, our parliament and things, I told him, sir, are you acting or are you really relaxed? He asked me. Talking about 10 years back. I said, it is a tough job. 20 hours a day I have to do it, no doubt about it. And 2 commissions of inquiry, all that is there because everything was on me. I said, but I have no fear. I have no fear. But they have killed everybody who came their way. The Tigers of Tamil Nadu, LTT, Prabhakaran, they have killed everyone who came their way through the history. I said, that is their problem. I am not fighting a case against anybody. I have got solid evidence. I have to prosecute it. That we will do it. In spite of some suggestion from very important people, leave out that man. Because we have to negotiate tomorrow. I said, no, I am not concerned with negotiation. I have evidence, I will prosecute them. He said, how is it possible? I told him, sir, my philosophy, you will call me superstitious. You will call me superstitious when I say my philosophy. Okay, what's your philosophy? I said, I totally believe in the truth that life, birth and death are preordained. When I am going to be born, where I am going to be born, who will be my parents are all decided somewhere. Similarly, death also. When I am going to die, where I am going to die, how I am going to die is also predetermined. Till that date comes, nobody can kill me. If that date comes, nobody can save me. So why bother about something which is going to happen one day? And as long as I am doing things according to my conscience and the law of the land. He got up and heard me, I wish I could have such a philosophy. I said, it has to be inborn. I can't say you believe something. I believe in it. I believe in it, it has to happen. It's a fact. It's a fact of life, actually.
We'll take second, some girl there.
Otherwise, Swamiji, I have to keep worrying every day, will the flight land or crash?
Yes, yes.
How many people die of crash? I also told him, I said, by accepting this, I didn't ask for the job. Government of India, I can use the word. I never used the word so far. Literally begged me to take up this assignment. I used the word request. In my book I written, persuaded me, requested me. I said, literally begged me to take up the investigation because everybody in Delhi refused to do it.
Yeah.
I'm making a statement, big statement. But at that time when they called me, when I was in Hyderabad, he said, you know, everybody in Delhi, they say, this is what the then director told me. It's all in my book. You have got a library, no? I'll send you a copy of my book.
Yeah.
Both Telugu and
Oh, it's
English and Tamil I'll send. Kannada also. So they called me in the morning. I was morning, it was in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, Mahiti Manzil. I was the IG of the Central Reserve Police Force, road number 10. Mahiti Manzil is old of one of Nawab's mansions. My family was somewhere there also. Late in the night, there was a call from a PTA correspondent in Madras. He said, Raghavan, he said, sir, there was an explosion in Rajiv Gandhi's election meeting in Sriperumbudur. I said, what happened? Nobody knows, but a lot of people killed. Rajiv Gandhi's condition, not yet known. Few minutes later, he said, Rajiv Gandhi is dead. He was killed in the blast. I felt very sad because, you know, I had a lot of regard for him personally. I'm nothing to do with the politics of the. He was a good man, in my opinion. He was a man who wanted to do for the nation. Charismatic personality, admired all over the world for his dynamism. And he, you know, yes, some mistakes were committed in the first time because he believed. Second time he would have done a lot of good to the nation. No, that's what I believe. So the whole night I couldn't sleep. I felt sad. I was mourning, you can say. At that time we didn't have all these channels, you know, no news, nothing. I didn't sleep at all. Morning I got a call from Delhi. First was Mr. K.P.S. Gill, who was the Director General of the Central Reserve Police Force, my boss at that time. I was IG of the Southern Zone, headquarters Hyderabad. He asked me, did Delhi contact you? I said, no. No, the C.B.I want you to, I don't know, next question is yours.
Yes.
C.B.I wants you to, you know, they want to request you to take up become the leadership for the investigation. I said, nobody spoke to me. No, please call the director. I didn't call because I was not in the mood to do it. So the director called me a little later. He said, how are you now? I'm not ashamed of telling you, halfway through I broke down. Because I had such a great admiration for that man. I have nothing to do with that family or Congress party, nothing but with that man. I had 5 meetings with him, that also I have written my book to show his quality of the person. Then he called me again to say that, you know, everybody in Delhi feels you are the right man to. No, he said like this, unlike Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi assassinations, where people were caught red-handed. Mahatma Gandhi was shot, that fellow was caught. Indira Gandhi was shot, one fellow was killed, 2 of the policemen were caught also. Here in this case, it's totally blind case, nobody knows who could have done it. Neither the intelligence bureau deals with internal intelligence, now the research and analysis being RAW deals with external intelligence, or both of them say we are no problem. It could be any of the terrorist groups could be there. So we all feel it will end up like Kennedy assassination with no detection. These words he used, I repeated them in the book also. But still government want to make all efforts. So everybody feels you are the right person to head the team. So my request, I've been asked by the government to get your consent. Because I was not in the C.B.I, I was the CRPF. So I want your consent to, I said, why me? I am outside the line. And you say even Indira Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi invitations were easier cases, but dealt with by much more senior people, experienced people. He said, no, unanimous opinion is you should be there, please give your consent. I spontaneously, my family was not with me, I said, I have great admiration for that man. We could not protect him. Oh, it's call of duty. If the government wants, it's my duty to take up the investigation, find out who the killers are. At least we should find out who the killers are, the man, but on one condition. I said, I will not allow third degree on anybody, whether the case is detected or not. Then and there I told him. And I will not allow any political interference in my investigation. It will be only from crime to the criminal, on evidence. Same day, 22nd morning, maybe around second call was he said, I will go to the high level meeting and come back to you. In half an hour I said, yes, all our conditions are acceptable to you, to us. Well, can you go to... Then I also told him I must continue to hold the charge of the Central Reserve Police Force because C.B.I. name was big at that time. It was a very poor organization, no manpower, no vehicle, no security at all. And I didn't want to keep changing. I had just come back from Australia. Within 6 months, I don't want to change my family again to Madras and things like that. He said, but how will you handle 2 jobs? That will be in Madras and Delhi. I said, I am not asking for the job. You are asking me to take it up. And this, I can do it. Well, meanwhile, KBS Gill also told me, even if you accept this investigation, please don't leave CRPF. Because we had very many projects we are doing it. I told him, once a week I'll come to Hyderabad and the papers and go. I will not do inspections in Punjab, Kashmir and all that for some time. So they agreed. When will you go? So we diverted on Air India flight going to Bombay, cancelled that flight and we wanted to take some, the DG of Tamil Nadu wanted some more force. I took them a line the same night. And I announced it next day to the media also. I said, these are the conditions in which I accepted. But when I landed in Madras, and the local C.B.I. officers and all of them came, sir, why did you accept it? It's a blind case. There is nothing there except him, one head, one hand, 2 legs. Nothing is there. Rajiv Gandhi's body could be recognized by the Lotto shoe he was wearing because everything was destroyed. The blast took half of his body and put in the face. Only through the shoe. Hundreds of pellets we found later in the body, all over. That's the way they planned it. No, it's not, we are not talking on the case. We come to the principle. So I stuck to the principle. It was a big task for me. No, resisting, I have written. I had more proud. LTT is the deadliest terrorist force ever existed on this planet. People are willing to kill, more willing to die. They're very highly disciplined force. More than them, the people are scared of giving evidence. I said, I have more problem with our politicians than from the LTT. I returned and said, protecting the integrity of the investigation or trial. Not all. Some of them are so mean. Such a national disaster is not. They want to use it for their own political purposes. I never allowed that. That's why ultimately Supreme Court, very rarely they do it. 3 judges wrote the judgment, placing on record their appreciation of my investigation by name, and the Interpol called me to say this is a model investigation. The world appreciated as a model investigation. That's it. So it's possible. Okay, once again. So when I landed, when everybody said, sir, why do you accept this? They were all demotivating me, all the people. So my handling is not good. So I found out one constable, Central Reserve Police constable, handwriting was very good, he's a good painter. I wrote in a piece of paper, and then I said, please write it clearly, wrote down, and then put it behind my desk so that nobody demotivates me. I said, nothing is impossible. What is considered impossible takes long time, enormous effort, and considerable risk. Nothing is impossible. That I kept it. So when Dr. Kalam released my book as President of India, he had read the book already. He told me, please take page number 11 and there is a para. Everybody was there, all the top people were there. I read this, he said, I like this. And another para he said was, I said, when you want to walk, if you walk, there is a possibility of stumbling, sometime. If you walk faster, the chances are more. If you run, chances of stumbling are more. Suppose you have to run all the time against all obstacles. the chances are very many. I was expected in this case to run all the time against all odds. I won't say we have not slip up. There have been some couple of slip ups. But then if I wanted to avoid that, I would have done nothing and keep quiet. So if you want to avoid that risk, you have to do nothing in life. If you want to do risky things, you have to take risk. He said, I like that. Dr. Kalam said, it happened to me in my life. Number of times there were failures. These two paragraphs I liked in the whole book.
Because of our sister Nirbhaya incident, unfortunately, who was there 10 days back, we younger people raised our voice, who are past to that incident, they should be hanged, and also we people raised our voice. Government of India should bring the act such like that. Whenever these cases will happen in future, whoever caused to harassment of women and caused to death and rape, so they should be hanged. We should raise, we raise our voice like that. If such acts will come in, already Verma committee was appointed by our government of India. If such acts will come in future, then what about the security of women, and what about the consequence of these acts? And
No, if I had understood correctly, you say there should be a death sentence for the.
yes, we raised voice. There should be some death sentence. So we have
The question is, should be there, or you're asking,
We are-
will it happen or
we are
not?
asking, sir.
You asked, okay.
No, this is, see, I tell you a little more, I'll talk. Death sentence is concerned. I have written to Verma Commission,
Yes.
I am against death sentence for only rape. Because, see, very often these people, most of them do it under drunken condition. Okay? But once they know, if I am caught, prosecuted, I will be executed, they will kill that girl. Because she is the evidence. Who else is going to identify? It normally rape is done, in an isolated place, nobody is watching them. It is the girl's evidence it comes, so that's enough. If a girl's there's a medical evidence of rape, and she says what has conviction, that is enough for conviction. You don't need, if it's the statement of the victim is convincing, the man can be punished. But if you say, everybody comes and say, if I commit a rape, if I am caught and prosecuted, I will be killed, death sentence, then he will definitely kill that girl. Only from that point of view, I am against death sentence. Only to protect the girl from being killed. She is already molested, already, whatever they have done, the violence they have done. But I don't want them to kill also. That's the only reason for which I am telling. Death sentence is not for, of course, for death, for rape and death, of course, he should be sentenced to death. There is no doubt about it. But protection is concerned, I tell you, I don't know the incidence of molestation or in the increase or the awareness is increasing, I don't know still. Some of the reasons are contributory factors. I don't say that I am not asking you ban all the films and all that. Some of the films are very, very, they should not make such movies, isn't it? And then what about the websites and channels, books and magazines? They are becoming more and more vulgar, and vulnerable minds can go to the extent of doing these things. It has to be dealt with at many levels. It's not only the law. Law has to be there, and many people don't report also because of the honor. If a girl feels is raped, if it comes to know neighborhood, she will not get married. Maybe you should be encouraged and encouraged. So even the symptoms, at times people trying to be close to you and things like that, you must have the confidence to report to the family. Unfortunately, a number of incidents happen within the family also. So you should be able to share with the mother, some related member of the family. You should not allow thinking how to complain and all that, because minor molestation, teasing, ultimately these people feel emboldened. Isn't it so? Alcoholism, I don't know what is the remedy. Most of these offences are committed when they are using alcohol. They get false courage, bold, they become bold. Either their judgment is clouded, or they are becoming more passionate, they must fulfill their immediate sexual desire. I don't know, this is a very But certainly there will be some more action now, there will be different action will take place. And I told you, learn to defend yourself. Learn to defend yourself. Avoid going to late in the night alone or with family members in whom you are trust. Going in a group of 12 gives you some protection. Alone cart and auto rickshaw and all that is not worth taking the risk. Not worth taking. Companies you go, but companies provide. But in Bangalore, the company provided taxi driver did it.
Yes, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but then some scheme take, no doubt about it. Better to be in company of 2-3 people, family members, male people known to us. Don't go late in the night to restaurants, movies also. Go with the family, it's all right. But I have instances so I can quote, but there is no time on what has happened to it. You can only take reasonable precautions. Like yesterday, who was that? Yesterday in Coimbatore, two girls are there. One girl is studying in Pune, another girl, bright girl, 18-year-old girl, lovely girl, brilliant girl. Can you believe she had a fall in the bathroom, hit the head and died immediately? Car accidents in Delhi, 5 people die every day. Every day people get killed. Motorcycle accidents, in spite of telling people don't want to wear. Death is bad, but that means at least you are gone. No suffering for you and to the family, excepting the loss of one person in the family. But what about brain dead people lying in the hospitals? They cannot be revived. So take some precautions, whatever is possible. Thank you.
Sir,
Take
one
one
more.
last
question.
question.
Sir.
4:45 must be.
Yeah, last question.
Sir,
One or two more, till 4:45.
Yeah.
Short answers now. Short
Short.
question, short answer.
Yeah, short. How short? Quick.
My name is Aditya. I have a guru who have taught me a lot of lessons. He has gone into civil services and he is a civil servant. He got his IRS service. Many discussions were made between me and him about bribery. He has straight away said that without any risk, a civil servant can get and earn 500 crores of rupees without any risk.
He said,
Yeah, he has many cases dealt with those cases, and openly they have also said to him that we are prone to take 500 crores, and if we take more risk, we will be allowed to earn about 1,000 crores illegal money. And did you come?
how many years he has been in service?
He is a young servant, sir. He has just entered. He has many friends already entered into the service. They have said that.
Experience.
It is not possible. It's totally not possible. Okay, no, but corruption is on the increase in services.
Second, then second.
No, to the extent, I am shocked because
Yeah.
when people enter services, earlier used to go with the opportunity to serve the country in a good position.
Yes.
You earn reasonably to look after your family. Corruption is on the increase. If you had asked the question directly, I would have said that, openly say that. In spite of the Prevention of Corruption Act, in spite of the Lokayukta, in spite of the C.B.I, Vigilance Commission and all that, corruption is on the increase everywhere. And the amount of money they are making is also increasing. But 500 crores and all that, maybe some ministers who are in jail could have earned it. Not.
Next, come on. Look at, yeah.
But it's a very sad situation.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, as a case of Sri Lakshmi, Oblapuram mining case, sir. Sir, what happened means, according to the
The question, come straight to the question.
Yeah, straight to the
He
question.
knows the issues.
According to Article 365, we don't allow the MPs who are in jail. We don't allow them for elections. Although they are coming for the elections, after selecting as an MP or MLA, they are forcing the I.A.S students who did very hard work and risk, as you said, do or die. We will do in the service. They will force us to sign on the paper on the. Sorry, sir. Can you speak in Telugu, sir? సార్ అయితే ఏమవుతుంది ఎంపీస్ ఎమ్మెల్యేస్ సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యాక ఎలక్షన్స్లో నిలబడతారు వాళ్ళు జైలుకి వెళ్ళి వచ్చినప్పటికీ అంటే వాళ్ళు క్రిమినల్స్ అని మనకు తెలిసినప్పటికీ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే మనకి డబ్బులు ఇచ్చేసి లంచ్ని ఇచ్చేసి ఏం చేస్తారు సైన్ పెట్టండి అంటారు యాజ్ సివిల్ సర్వీస్ ఆస్పిరెంట్ ఇప్పుడు ఎంటర్ అవుతున్న ఫీల్డ్ వాళ్ళకి ఒకవేళ ఎంటర్ అయినా మనం చనిపోదాం అంటే ఏదైనా సరే నేను సాధిస్తాను అన్న లెవెల్లో కష్టపడి ఎంటర్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ అక్కడ నుండి హెరాస్మెంట్స్ వచ్చేసరికి ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది కదా సార్
So the harassments come in the earlier stages of their job when they enter into the civil services. IAS.
You are police officer.
Sir, example of Sri Lakshmi case.
No, she's giving an example of Sri Lakshmi case. When the IAS officer is caught.
I'm sorry for that lady.
So we can change an
I'm
act.
sorry
right?
that lady. No, you can't do that.
We can change the amendment.
Who can force anybody?
Who can force anybody to sign? Evaramma cheyagalaru?
Who can force anybody? You should
The
say no.
conditions can make.
No, no, I have no sympathy for that. Who can force anybody?
No.
No, see, this is like telling a police officer telling,
Sit there. Why are you sitting?
I'm sitting in front of you.
No. Open.
No, I don't want to chair.
Then sit there.
it's
Akada.
like a police officer telling, my commissioner of police asked me to kill somebody, so I killed. I only carried out orders. You can't carry out illegal orders. You should say no. Why do you want to be in that job? They do it because they want to be in a particular job, glamorous job, powerful job, whatever it is. That's why some officers are secretaries of the government are jailed in Delhi. You should say pass written orders. Even if the minister pass written orders, you can't carry out illegal orders. That is because the desire of the officers to want to be in important positions. Why should you be in important position doing wrong things? No, nobody can force anybody to do a wrong thing. He'll only transfer. What else can they do? No, I'm sorry for that lady, but I have no sympathy to say she has been forced to say. No. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we like that. Hundreds of hands will rise up. Flight 208. Here, gentleman there, second. Yes.
Last question.
Yes, last.
Some other day future.
Yes, we'll invite again sometime.
Sir, continuing for the first question, like you said, in your time you had moral values in your education. Like when I read one of the books of the Kanchi Paramacharya, in his book called Guru Sampradayam, he said that for every child after some age, like at the age of 7 to 8, he must undergo 1 year of rigorous religious education, not to a fanaticism side. Like, but the values must be instilled for that every child.
Who has written?
Kanchi Paramacharya.
Not practical. See,
No, like we can't.
No. I have greatest regard for him. I used to meet him also. But in this modern society, these are not practical suggestions.
Can't we bring a lullaby? I don't know, like whether in Singapore or
Those days it was possible.
Earlier days,
Kulam and
earlier
all that
days.
possible. Today, nobody will put a child 1 year only. It is not to be learned in 1 year. It has to be stage by stage,
growth.
slowly it has to be learned. There are books, Brahma Kumaris have published books, 11 books for 11 standards. And there is another thing called, many organizations I know I can think of, they have written textbooks for flying. From class 1 up to 11. It is called the Yoga for Excellence. In Aliyah, Maharishi, Gadatri Maharishi, Temple of Consciousness, they said Tamil Nadu has introduced it in universities as a subject, and sometimes they take full-time course up to PhD they can do. That is, values ought to be imparted depending upon your age slowly. 1 year you can't do. Village education you can do it at home. Your parents can do it. That's the job of the parents. That's why in one of my recommendations to Justice Verma Commission, suppose this fellow who committed rape is convicted and he has no money, so he has less money. I said the parents should be made that they are not brought up the child properly. They have a responsibility to bring up the child. If that boy has committed something, there is a contribution. Society is responsible, so the government is paying compensation. All the compensation should come from the parents for not bringing up the boy properly. Thank you very much. Lovely interacting with you, but I have to go. All right.
Final question, sir.
Without mic.
Last question.
Whether India going to wage a war in Pakistan, sir?
I don't think so.
In your mind, Karo.
What steps had taken by the government of India to the anti-nationalist organizations?
Why don't you see the Telugu version of Tupaki?
So, on behalf of all of you and on my own behalf, Ramakrishna Math,
A long answer, there is no time.
we offer our thanks, namaskars to D.R Kartikeyan. He has to leave for tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll invite again for this. We appreciate
Very, very safe, peaceful, prosperous, happy, harmonious life.
Fantastic.